In this demo, I'll show you how to implement repetition in your programs using the while keyword. Repetition allows you to repeat actions multiple times within your programs. For this demo, I'll be creating a program that just counts 1, 2, and 3, and I'll do so that utilizing a while loop. The first thing I need to do is create a mutable variable that will be used as the counter for our program. I'll use the let keyword followed by the mutable keyword. Mutable just means we can mutate it or change it later in the program. I'll call my variable I, and we'll set it to a value of 1, since we're counting from 1, then 2, then 3. We then use the while keyword, and the while keyword will execute code in the body based on a condition, and the condition we want to check is the size of I. So while I is less than or equal to 3, we want to do some things. The thing we'll be doing is printing out information, and we just want to print out the number in this case. So I'll use the debug token within the println macro, and we'll print out I. The next thing we need to do is increase the value of I. To do so, we'll take I, and we'll just set it to itself plus 1. So this will just increment the value by 1, and that should do it for this program. I'll walk through line by line so we can see how this program works. We first create a variable named I. It is mutable, so we can change it later. And we use the let keyword to actually create the variable. So 1 is assigned to I initially. We then have the while keyword, which creates a loop, and it will loop based on some condition. That condition is supplied right here. So first we check, is I less than or equal to 3? And if it is, we'll enter into the body of the loop, which is delimited by these curly braces. This part in here is the body. So these two lines here are the body of the while loop. In the body, we call println macro, which will print out the value as seen here. I will be substituted in this token. We then increment I in this line by taking I, setting it to itself plus 1. So on the first iteration, I will be 1, and then we'll take 1 plus 1, which will be equal to 2. So then the value will be set to 2. And then the next iteration will be set to 3, and then the next iteration will be set to 4, and then when it's 4, I will be 4, which is not less than or equal to 3. So when the value is 4, this will no longer execute, and then the program will exit. Let's run it just to confirm that we get a counter going from 1 to 2, then to 3. I'll run the program with cargo run. As we can see, we have 1, 2, and 3. While loops are an easy way to ensure that your loop will automatically terminate based on some condition, as we see here, versus the infinite loop, which requires you to break out manually. The while loop is generally a little bit easier to work with, since you can change the value of the condition inside the loop easily, and then it'll terminate automatically once the condition is no longer true. This concludes the demo on the while loop. I'll see you in the next presentation.